I don't have a gavel, so we will call to order the special meeting of the Windsor Heights City Council. Roll call.
Susan Skeeries.
Here.
Joseph Jones.
Here.
Mike Lafredo.
Here.
Mike Jones.
Here.
And Treese Harms.
Here.
Before we go any further, who else is on the call? I heard Tiana.
Mayor, this is Erin. I'm on the phone too.
Oh, okay. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mark Aronson.
Hi, Mark.
Rochelle Switzer.
Well, I know Dalton and Chad are on. Any other members of any other organization?
Whitney's here as well.
Rochelle's here too.
I was looking for Paul Donna. Anyway, motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Arms.
Second.
Roll call.
We got a motion by Harms, second by Joseph.
Yes.
Okay. Skeeries.
Yes. Yes.
Joseph Jones.
Yes.
Mike Lafredo.
Yes.
Mike Jones.
Yes.
And Harms.
Yes.
Before we get into the resolutions, Tiana, you want to give a brief description about why we're here and what we're trying to do? Please.
Sure. I'm sure you guys are aware that we are in a very strange time. Market upheaval started a couple of weeks ago, and the competitive market is getting a little bit better, but it's pretty volatile. And a competitive sale really hinges on the idea that without a bunch of pre-marketing, an underwriter can buy your bonds and expect to resell them in the secondary market right away. When rates and the market is kind of going all over the place like it has been, buyers tend to hedge by increasing the yields and the spreads that they offer you so that they don't get stuck in case the market goes away from them the next day. And so in an environment like this, actually having a pre-selected buyer or a negotiated sale works better. So what we're doing is taking advantage of the fact that we already had a meeting that we were going to take bids on, and instead we're just sort of going to switch modes, and instead of taking a competitive bid in the open market as we had planned to, we'll be looking at some private placement indications facilitated by a placement agent. This is going to be primarily certain banks in the region outside of the state that are going to most likely hold your bonds, not be trying to resell them. That's going to give you a better interest rate than what we think we can get if we try to take bids in the way that we have traditionally done. So the purpose of the resolutions today are to change, basically suspend the sale and switch to taking the private placement route and authorizing the placement agent agreement in order to do that.
Yeah, let me just ask you, I think you said this, but the bank, the institution that has the bonds, they hold it till maturity?
Well, I can't promise that. I heard, did Paul just join? No. I think a lot of the reason that you're going to see some stability is because some of these, the potential entities are taking these in for their own inventory. That doesn't mean that they're going to hold it for maturity, and that doesn't mean that they won't ever sell it. But I think initially they are taking it on as their own investment. Now, what they do with it, if they use it for customers of themselves, I don't know. But it's a little bit of a different vehicle, and I don't know who all the potential banks are, and they may have different, they may do different things with them than even either one of those. But this is just a different way of getting your bonds placed than depending on the public bid that we have done.
Hey, as a follow-up, is the interest rate on the private sale, is it stable throughout the duration of the bond?
Yes, yes. We are not recommending doing anything that would be sort of a variable rate or a multimodal, something that would reset. This is something that, you know, on the day that we take the bids, you will have a constant debt service schedule. A lot of times in these cases, it is one single rate for every maturity for the life of the loan. In your public sold bonds, every year has a different maturity because each maturity is being sold to different investors who are interested in investing for different lengths of time. In this case, I think it's more likely that we're going to see a single rate. But whether we see a single rate or a range of rates, those rates will be fixed. And so we will know at the time that we choose, by the time we choose a bidder, we'll know exactly what your debt service will be for the life of the loan. That will not change.
I'd like to ask one more follow-up question too. On I think it's figure 3 in the materials. It's a table there of numbers on the proposed bond, I assume it is. You know what I'm talking about?
Exhibit 3.
Yes.
Okay, what are you asking? I'm sorry.
Okay, my question is, are those assumed rates because you have the interest amounts included?
They're estimated. They're estimates based on some early indications that we've gotten so far. I mean, in order to recommend this to you, I wanted to have the ability to compare where I thought we would be in the competitive market to where we could end up on the private placement. And so a lot of this, if you remember, there's a refunding as part of this. And so in order to actually refund those bonds and still see savings, I needed to make sure that we were going to be around where I estimated. And so these results are pretty close to where I had thought we would be going into a competitive market before the market turmoil started. That's one of the reasons that, I'm sorry?
What is that rate that you estimated?
I think we'll be around 2% for both series.
So that exhibit,
or a little less.
that exhibit has a estimated rate of 2%?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And I didn't specify that because it is just an estimate and it's going to change, but I wanted to give you, something to think about. Exhibits 1 and 2.
I understand, but I just wanted to know what the rate was rather than me trying to figure it out. So anyway, on the estimated rate, and I understand that.
Right.
Thank you.
Sure. I heard some chiming. I'm wondering if Paul has joined us yet.
Hi, Tiana. Hi, everyone. This is Paul Dono from Baird.
Hi, Paul. You could probably answer a question better than I did. One of the councilmen had a question about who the bidders are, and my assumption is that we're talking primarily about banks who are taking these loans into their inventory, potentially for maturity for their own accounts. But I just wanted you to clarify that or correct me if I'm incorrect.
No, that is correct. As part of the terms, they'll sign a purchaser certificate that indicates that it's their intention to hold the bonds until maturity. That's the best we can do, but it's their intention, and it's in all likelihood they will hold the bonds to maturity. It's for their own inventory. They're not looking to resell these on the public market.
And thank you for that. And so I had explained before, I don't know if you heard Paul, I was explaining that a lot of times the markup in the competitive market when it's volatile is because they're not doing that. They're hoping to resell quickly, and when rates are moving a lot, underwriters will tend to add in some more spread just to hedge themselves in case rates go up after they've bought the bonds, and we don't have that noise here because the banks are holding it for their own account.
That's exactly correct.
Thank you. That concludes my questions.
Anyone else got any, or we'll go ahead and take consideration of the resolutions? If none, then next item is consideration of resolution 2020-44 to suspend the public offering for sale of general obligation corporate purpose and refunding bonds, Series 2020A, and authorizing the development of private placement proposals in the sum of approximately 8.5 mil.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call. Any further
Okay,
discussion?
Steer,
Yeah, is there any further discussion or just go ahead to roll call?
okay, Lafredo,
Yes.
Harms,
Yes.
Joseph Jones,
Yes.
Mike Jones,
Yes.
and Skiris.
Yes.
Next item is consideration of resolution 2020-45. Again, suspending a public offering for sale of general obligation urban renewal bonds, Series 2020B, and authorizing the development of a private placement proposals in the tune of 7.5 million.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Harms,
Yes.
Joseph Jones,
Yes.
Skiris,
Yes.
Lafredo,
Yes.
and Mike Jones.
Yes.
Next item is consideration of resolution 2020-46, approving Robert W. Baird and Company as the placement agents for the city of Windsor Heights, Iowa.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Dave, can I,
Harms,
can I ask,
go ahead.
is that on the agenda, that
Yes.
item?
It's item number 5 on the agenda.
No,
Is that who Paul was with?
My item number 5 has adjourned. So maybe
There were 2 versions of the agenda sent
Okay.
out,
Okay.
so I apologize for that. So this was added to the agenda.
That's okay. I don't have any objection to it. I just didn't see it on my thing. Okay, go ahead. Let's vote.
Okay, Harms,
Yes.
Skiris,
Yes.
Joseph Jones,
Yes.
Mike Lafredo,
Yes.
and Mike Jones.
Yes.
Folks, thank you. Motion to adjourn to 6 p.m. on Monday, April 6, 2020 for a regular council meeting via the same type of Zoom.
Thank you.
Roll call.
I'm sorry, who was the motion in the second? I didn't hear it.
Mike Jones made the first. And Joseph made the second.
Okay. Okay, so roll call, Mike Jones,
Yes.
Joseph Jones,
Yes.
Skiris,
Yes.
Lafredo,
Yes.
Harms.
Yes.
All right, good job, guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming,
Thanks.
folks. We got that good and
Take care.
taken care of.